The mission of RTC is to transform civilians into highly motivated, basically trained, disciplined sailors. They come to us as civilians. They all come here with different ideas of service, different goals, different expectations, and we have to bring them together and form them as a team of sailors.
Let's go! All crew, get on that door! Open that door, roll it open! Let's go, let's go! Step it out, let's go! Step it out!
Welcome to RTC. While you're here, you'll stand at attention. Place your heels together, your feet at a 45. Place your hands straight out in front of you. Roll your fingers, place your thumb next to them. Bring them straight down the seam of your trousers. Back straight, shoulders back, and head and eyes will remain straight forward.
They get a brief. Basic rank and recognition, difference between a petty officer, a chief, and an officer. After that, the recruit makes a 5-minute phone call home.
All right, okay, I gotta go. I love you. Bye.
They get issued a smart card.
There you go. Social.
254.
Take your smart card, place it inside your little plastic holder so that the emblem is out. You're gonna wear this around your neck until you're instructed by your RDC to take it off.
They go in there, they get the right pair of shoes, and we make sure they fit. We'll take them into the big room. It's got big, long tables. It's called Ditty Bag, and we're about ready to give them everything they're going to need. You take everything they had on, off, put all the clean items on.
And commence to filling the bottle up, like the example I have here, more than halfway full, up to the neck of the bottle.
We take them out of that room, and this is when they provide their urinalysis sample at this stage. The night crew sends them away. The RDC takes them away. RDC will wake that recruit up at 3:30, make sure he gets personal hygiene, make sure that recruit will get the breakfast. They'll eat at 4. 0400, they're in the galley ready to eat. And at 5:30, they're back in our doors. This is the next day, which we call Processing Arrival Day, or PA for short. Between 6:30 and 8:30, they're going through the barbershop. After they come out of the barber, they're going into a classroom that will hold 200 individuals, and they'll go through what they call moment of truth.
The thing to do is get on your feet and get it fixed. Get on your feet right now. Make it happen.
The remainder of this processing period is filled with clothing issue, briefings, medical and dental examinations. Within processing completed, the division is commissioned much like a ship's commissioning.
Good afternoon, recruits.
Good afternoon, sir.
It's my pleasure to be here today to commission your divisions at Recruit Training Command.
A recruit's day is busy with reveille at 0400 and lights out at 2200.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right here it says day of training, 6-5 day of training.
Mama, mama, can't you see?
The average recruit we're getting in today, a lot of them tend to be overweight and definitely not physically fit. The regular division PT is 6 days a week. When a recruit first gets here, they do the PT0. That's the initial test, the 1.5 miles. Halfway through their recruit training is PT1, physical training test 1. At that point, it's like a midline assessment. Then they continue the rest of boot camp till they get to the end, which is PT2, which is their final physical training assessment.
PT is not just about getting your body physically fit. It's also about team building skills, motivation, being selfless, and helping others in an environment that you may not be accustomed to.
The days are packed with training and physical activity.
They're pumping each other up, they're motivating each other, their shipmates. They're getting a chance to really get to know each other, and then that really just is the foundation for that esprit de corps that's going to definitely be required later on in training.
Recruits march everywhere they go. The mess hall, the schoolhouse.
Speak up, A-Rock.
During an average week, each division marches approximately 25 miles. The purpose of Recruit Training Command's water survival program is to qualify recruits as third-class swimmers and to teach them basic survival at sea techniques. If a recruit fails to pass the third-class swim qualification test, they are designated as a non-qualified swimmer and will receive the additional instruction necessary to become a third-class swimmer. At a minimum, each recruit must qualify as a third-class swimmer. If they cannot meet this minimum, they will be administratively processed out. New recruits receive a flood of information needed for their transformation into sailors. RTC's naval orientation is divided into 4 subject areas.
It's our job as instructors to clarify the intent of the policies or the regulations so that they fully understand what's expected of them after they learn this topic and they go out into the fleet.
Recruits receive 3 days of seamanship instruction. After 2 days of classroom instruction and labs, the recruit goes to the mock seamanship trainer, the Marlin Spike.
It's got everything a real ship does. It's got real non-skid, it's got real decks.
And this is the berthing compartment, similar that you're going to see out in the fleet.
It's got a real berthing compartment, real paint locker, real storage spaces, just like a real ship would. Quite a trainer for the recruits to be able to come aboard something like that and be able to practice some of the things they're going to be doing aboard a real ship once they get out to the fleet.
Place it in your right index finger. Do we understand?
Recruits spend a week at the damage control trainer, learning the basics of damage control and firefighting. Training is conducted in classrooms, a gas chamber, and a state-of-the-art firefighting facility.
Everybody hook. Water on deck. Elevate, sweep.
The transition from civilian to sailor is never easy. Whether it's a physical, academic, or emotional challenge, some recruits find the transition more difficult. If these recruits demonstrate the potential to succeed, the Special Programs Division will give them the skills necessary to successfully graduate. Among the remedial programs are PASS and FAST.
The FAST program is Fundamental Applied Skills Training. It's a type of remedial training for those recruits that come to boot camp primarily with a low verbal expression score on their ASVAB test. We in-process them and put them into a Navy literacy skills program, commonly called Navy reading skills. They get about 2.5 days of Navy vocabulary and 2.5 days of graphic aids with some map and chart reading. And then they get a solid week of reading comprehension where they learn what's the main idea, what am I reading, what's the main idea, what's the subject matter, and some tools to help them learn how to read better and understand what they're reading. After recruits finish Navy reading skills and verbal skills, they go through a 1-week program called Study Skills. And that Study Skills program is designed and is interactive computer-based training in our Learning Resource Center.